Hi there. If you haven't seen part 1 of this series, could you please just... right there. I don't necessarily... Okay, I do know why, but I've been procrastinating very badly on learning the fakie frontside flip. And the reason that is because I've been fixating a little bit on learning back tails, and I've completely neglected the second part, just trying to skip. And I've been getting pretty frustrated, so, well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I finally got around to trying the fakie frontside flip to learn it. And to be honest, it really wasn't that hard. And a matter of fact, it actually only took one day, like a 15 minutes kind of one day. So I roll up to the park and I'm like, all right, finally, I'm gonna just do it. So I get there, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I start trying the trick, I start focusing, and if you want a numerical number on how long, numerical time on how long it took me, I don't even know if that makes sense, on how long it took me to land the trick, it was around 15 minutes. But just a precursor, I had landed this trick before, but just years and years ago, and I'd never really learned, I've landed it once or twice, but never really learned the trick. And I also have the other components of the trick already locked down, so it just made it easier. So if you are trying this trick for the first time, it's probably not gonna take you 15 minutes to land the trick. Unfortunately, because of that, the video is just way shorter than I expected it to actually be. So I was like, hey, why not? I'm just gonna throw up my opinions. And so I was like, hey, I'm gonna talk about something very near and dear to me, and that is style. Let me explain. For me, skateboarding is an art, and your skateboard is just a big wooden paintbrush. It's like a performing art, like ballet or gymnastics, whereas you're creating shapes with your body and board. For me, style is everything. It's the thing that makes whatever you're doing special and unique to you. This can translate into anything. It's how you dress, modify your car, edit your photos, or carry yourself. It's the same reason that two dancers could be doing the exact same move, but one looks drastically better. It's because they make it look
sexy. And
the same idea can be applied to skateboarding. Let me give you a very simple example. So there's two skateboarders, and both of them do a kickflip, and they land that kickflip. The first one does the kickflip, and it rolls on the ground. They tic-tac, it just looks ugly. And the second skateboarder pops it 2 feet in the air. It catches and sucks up to their back foot. The board's tweaked out a little bit, and they land it, just stomp on it, bolts perfectly. Now that is something special. Now this is very well known among people who skate, and it's generally not known by people who don't. The thought process usually goes as, if you can kickflip or if you can tray flip, then you've achieved this sort of level of mastery, but that's not necessarily the case. Regardless, I think this applies to almost everything in life. Literally, there's art in almost everything that you do. I've really been wanting to be a little bit more vocal about my opinions on things, and this was a really good exercise for me. But at the end of the day, it is really just my opinion. But in my opinion, style does matter. So the bottom line is that this line doesn't really matter that much to me unless I could make it as pretty as I envision it in my head. This is the end of the video. And the next one up in this series is my mortal enemy, the backtail big spin. Yeah, anyways, so thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end of this video. And I'll see you next time. It's hot in here, I'm pitted. Luckily I'm wearing a white shirt, you can't even see the pit stains. Look at that. Oh boy, that looks all right.